In today's lightning talk, we're going to be looking at Water Wazi ZA, something we covered in last year's lightning talk. We covered the wastewater treatment works as well as the water stories and our water repo. Please go have a look at that video if you haven't already seen it. But today we're going to focus on what is known as Green Drop certified wastewater treatment works. So we're just going to toggle them on, and you can see that in total there are about 22 in South Africa. Now, what does it mean to be Green Drop certified? According to the report itself, to be Green Drop certified means that the wastewater treatment works has achieved an overall Green Drop score of 90% or greater. In addition, it has also scored 90% or greater for its microbiological and chemical effluent qualities, also known as compliances. So that is to say that all these points that you see on the map here met those requirements when the audit was done in 2021. But we thought it would be interesting to see what has happened since 2021. And although we can't compare the overall Green Drop score, we can compare microbiological and chemical effluent qualities with those that are made available on the Department of Water and Sanitation's IRIS dashboard. The link is below in the description. So, in 2021, these 22 wastewater treatment works were all Green Drop certified. If we zoom in to one of them and we select, for example, Philadelphia, and we go to the more info and we see, yes, it was Green Drop certified. It scored 96% in the Green Drop audit. However, when we checked the status according to the DWS dashboard in 2023, it was given an overall status of bad, which is very interesting. Philadelphia is also one of these interesting cases where microbiological compliance is not required to be monitored. We have yet been unable to find out why exactly this is the case, only that it states that no monitoring is required according to DWS. In this case, the chemical compliance is still monitored. It was 100% when they did the Green Drop report. But as you can see, when we checked it in 2023, it has dropped to 71.2%, which is a drop of 28.8%, which is pretty big. And the status has now gone from excellent to good. And if we think about that requirement to be Green Drop certified, this one would no longer qualify to be Green Drop certified. So what if we wanted to see this information for all of the 22 wastewater treatment works and see them over time? One great thing with Wazimap is that you can go to the rich data view, go to show locations, and there you can download all those Green Drop certified wastewater treatment works. You can simply click on this and save it. I already have it open, so I will quickly just move across, and you can see that this is what the file that I just downloaded will look like. It has, for each wastewater treatment work, the same information that was in that more info box is now just a row of data. And so now we can start manipulating this data and putting it into other visualization tools such as Flourish. I won't go fully into data shaping in this point. That's not enough time to cover that topic in this session. But as you can see, it's simply about taking the data from the raw CSV and putting it into the corresponding format for something like Flourish. In this case, we're looking at 2 points in time for a particular compliance for different wastewater treatment works. And what this gives you is a nice little line chart to show which wastewater treatment works have now deteriorated and are no longer in this excellent band. Meaning that anything from 90 to 100 is considered excellent, and that is where your microbiological and chemical compliance needs to be Green Drop certified. And as you can see, in 2021, when the audit was done, yep, they were all within that range, all perfectly excellent. And when we checked again in 2023, you can see that the picture is very, very different. Most notably, of course, is Rotunda, which has dropped to 23.6% for microbiological compliance, which is bad. We see Herbert Bickley has also dropped from excellent to poor, and similarly, these ones have all gone from excellent to good. If we look at the chemical compliance, it's a similar story. We can see that both Optiberg and Tolbach have gone from being excellent to poor, and much in the same way, these all have gone from being excellent to good. Exactly what the reasons are for this is not known. The most that we can get out of the 2023 DWS IRIS dashboard are the compliances as well as the overall status. But I think much in the same way that we used this data, these points data, to support these water stories, which you can click on and go read and find out more info. I think there's a story to be uncovered and investigated here where it's clear that the audit that is done in 2021 is simply that. It's an audit. It's a snapshot, a dipstick, if you will, into what is the status of wastewater treatment works in South Africa at that moment in time. But I think as we can see through this data, it doesn't stay like that. And I think given the amount of weight that is put on something like the Green Drop report, it is actually quite important that these wastewater treatment works are monitored in real time and not just rely on their audit in 2021, particularly when there's drops as great as this. This data is available via the Water Wazi ZA instance. As I said, you can download it from the location, but we have also made it available in the description of this video. If you'd like to get in touch with either myself or my colleague Sihle, our contacts will also be provided. We're happy to answer any water-related questions. And we hope that you'll use Water Wazi ZA and start hopefully investigating some of these discrepancies that we've found in the water data that is made available to South Africans. Thank you.